Success is not a matter of chance. It is not a matter of luck, good fortune, or some stroke of destiny reserved for a chosen few. Success, in its highest and most enduring form, is the result of definite principles, applied persistently and with unwavering belief. Those who attain it do so not because the world handed it to them, but because they claimed it with the full force of their mind, spirit, and purpose. Now I ask you, what is the real secret to success? Many search for it in books, in mentors, in hidden formulas and shortcut schemes. But the truth is this: success begins in the mind. The starting point of all achievement is desire, not a wish, not a fleeting hope, but a burning, white-hot, unquenchable desire that grips the heart and refuses to let go. This desire becomes the blueprint of destiny. Without it, no plan will take root and no labor will bear fruit. But with it, even the most impossible dreams become possible. Desire alone, however, is not enough. It must be backed by faith. I do not speak of mere religious belief, though such belief has its power. I speak of faith in oneself, in one's ability to achieve, and in the certainty that the goal already belongs to you, if only you will claim it. Faith is the elixir that transforms thought into action. It is the bridge between dreams and reality. When faith occupies the mind, doubt has no room to dwell, and where doubt is absent, progress takes its place. Let us be clear, the mind is both the battlefield and the weapon. Whatever you plant there will grow, whether it is fear or courage, failure or triumph. You become what you think about. If your thoughts dwell on poverty, limitation, or defeat, then your results will echo that. But if you fill your mind with thoughts of abundance, confidence, and purpose, then your world will reshape itself accordingly. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, not by accident, but by design. Now understand this: knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. The man who reads 100 books but never acts upon a single idea has no more advantage than the man who never read at all. Action is the key that unlocks potential. But not just any action. Definite, directed, determined action. Success bows to persistence. Temporary defeat must not be confused with failure. Often, the moment of greatest adversity hides the seed of an even greater breakthrough. Most men quit when success is just around the corner, but the man who refuses to quit, who stands tall when others run, who sees every obstacle as a stepping stone, he is the one the world eventually calls lucky. There is another truth few understand: no one climbs the mountain of success alone. The most powerful achievements are the result of harmonious alliances. Call it teamwork, call it a mastermind, but the principle remains. When two or more minds come together in harmony, their combined intelligence and energy create a force greater than the sum of its parts. If you wish to go far, you must surround yourself with those who uplift, challenge, and believe in your vision. The mind, when linked with others in harmony, becomes a magnet for ideas, for opportunity, for power. You must also learn to transmute emotion into fuel. The strongest of all human emotions is the one most often wasted. But when redirected, when harnessed toward a definite purpose, it becomes the source of towering energy. The most successful men and women in history have been those who learned to take their passions, their frustrations, their very life force, and channel it into their work. Emotion, when disciplined, becomes the furnace of achievement. You must write your goal clearly. You must see it, feel it, speak it. Every morning and every night, let it pass through your mind with such intensity that the subconscious accepts it as truth. This is not mysticism. This is method. The subconscious does not judge, it accepts. Feed it your vision, feed it your belief, and it will feed back to you the people, the ideas, the circumstances to make that vision real. Above all, you must never stop growing. Success is not a place you arrive at. It is a journey you commit to. The man who thinks he has made it has already begun to fall. Each day must be an advance. Each challenge must be an opportunity. Each failure must be a lesson. The real secret to success lies not in what you possess, but in who you become. And so let us press deeper into this great truth, for the path to success is not a single act, but a disciplined series of acts repeated day after day until success itself becomes inevitable. The man who rises above the crowd is not necessarily more intelligent or more talented than the rest. More often, he is the one who decided once and for all to refuse surrender, to stand firm in his belief, and to act consistently in alignment with his purpose. He does not rely on chance. He creates his own circumstances by the sheer power of intention and effort, but let us not ignore the role of imagination. Imagination is the workshop of the mind, the preview of life's coming attractions. Every invention, every fortune, every empire began in the mind of a single individual who dared to see something that did not yet exist. The world will often scoff at those with vision, for vision sees beyond what is into what could be. But the man who trusts his imagination and combines it with a definite plan will move mountains. You must learn to see what others cannot see, to believe in what has not yet come to pass, and to move forward as though it were already done. In this pursuit, clarity is your companion. Vague goals produce vague results. The mind must be given orders as precise as those given to a well-trained soldier. State your objective in no uncertain terms. Fix it in your consciousness. Let it become a part of your very identity. The more clearly you can see your goal, the more surely you will begin to move toward it. Indecision is the enemy of progress. Resolve is the foundation of all achievement, but take heed. Success is not merely about material accumulation. True success includes peace of mind, the satisfaction of worthy effort, and the knowledge that one is living in harmony with their highest calling. Many chase money only to find it a hollow prize. Wealth, when earned through purpose, discipline, and service, can be a great force for good. But wealth earned without integrity or pursued without meaning becomes a burden. The successful man is he who aligns his ambitions with service, who gives more than he takes, who leaves every situation better than he found it. Let us speak now of discipline, that often unwelcome companion on the road to greatness. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, opportunity is squandered. Discipline is the price you pay for control over your own destiny. It means doing what must be done, whether you feel like it or not. It means saying no to distraction, resisting the temptation of ease, and committing daily to the habits that shape your future. The world will tempt you to delay, to rest, to make excuses. But the disciplined man has trained himself to act despite mood, despite opposition, despite the voice of fear, and in this he becomes dangerous to mediocrity. No journey toward success is complete without the transformation of fear. Fear, left unchecked, becomes the invisible prison that holds millions in lives far smaller than their potential. But fear is a liar. It speaks in whispers of what might go wrong, but never in the clear tones of what could go right. To conquer fear, one must act in its presence. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision that something else, your dream, your purpose, your calling, is more important. Every act of courage strengthens the soul and enlarges the future. One must also understand the nature of time. Every moment is an investment. You are either spending it, wasting it, or investing it. And just as money invested grows over time, so too does effort, discipline, and purpose yield compound rewards. The man who begins today, even with a small step, has already gained an advantage over the one who waits for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. Now is the seed of every future harvest. Plant it wisely. Let us not forget the power of gratitude. Gratitude is not just a virtue, it is a force. It lifts the spirit, clarifies the mind, and attracts more of what is good. The man who complains blocks his own blessings. But the man who is grateful even in adversity has found the secret to inner strength. Gratitude sharpens vision, strengthens resolve, and draws opportunities as surely as a magnet draws iron. And above all, never forget that success is built on service. The man who renders more service than he is paid for will eventually be paid more than the service he renders. This is a law. When you give your best in every transaction, in every relationship, in every effort, you build a reputation that no setback can erase. The world rewards those who go the extra mile, not because it is obligated, but because it recognizes value when it sees it. Make yourself so valuable that you cannot be overlooked, so reliable that your name becomes synonymous with excellence. As you move forward on this path, you must guard your mind. Negative influences abound. People who doubt, voices that criticize, circumstances that discourage. You must become the gatekeeper of your own mental environment. Refuse entry to those thoughts, words, and people that weaken your resolve. Surround yourself with inspiration. Feed daily upon ideas that uplift. Read the lives of great men. Speak words of power. Affirm daily that you are the architect of your destiny. What you allow to enter your mind, you will see reflected in your life. The real secret, if there is one, lies not in any single idea, but in the combination of these truths, lived out daily with persistence and faith. No man becomes great overnight. No victory is won without struggle, but the man who knows where he is going, who believes in himself, who persists when others quit, who serves with excellence, and who controls his thoughts, he is the one who will shape his own destiny, not by chance but by cause, not by wish but by will. Would you like help recording this with a voice that matches the style of classic motivational speakers? You must realize there is a rhythm to success just as there is a rhythm in nature. The tides come and go, the seasons change, and so too does the course of a man's journey. There will be times when all seems to align, when your progress is swift, and the world seems to move in harmony with your vision. But there will also be times when you must labor in silence, when results are invisible, and when doubt knocks hardest. It is during those times that your character is being formed. The man who endures the silence, who continues to plant when there is no visible harvest, becomes the man who later reaps in abundance while others look on in disbelief. What they call luck is nothing more than unseen labor finally bearing fruit. There is a principle that rules them all: cause and effect. Nothing happens without a reason. Every thought you hold, every action you take, every word you speak sends out ripples that return to you multiplied. You cannot sow thorns and reap roses. You cannot harbor resentment and expect peace. Likewise, you cannot think success, act with excellence, speak with power, and live with intention without seeing those same forces return to you with interest. The universe itself is built on law. Honor the laws that govern success, and success will honor you. To move steadily along this path, one must cultivate self-reliance. Dependence weakens resolve. Waiting on others to make your dream a reality is the surest way to ensure it never comes to pass. You must become your own source of momentum. While it is wise to learn from others and wise to build alliances, you must never allow your belief in others to exceed your belief in yourself. When you can stand alone, you become truly powerful. Not because you reject others, but because you no longer need them to validate your direction. You must also develop a love for labor. There is no lasting achievement without work. The man who treats his labor as a burden will never rise. But the one who embraces his work, who pours himself into it with devotion and pride, will find his work elevates him. There is joy in effort when it is tied to purpose. There is dignity in every task when it is done with excellence. The smallest act, if done in the spirit of greatness, will yield a harvest far greater than its size. Disappointment will visit every man on the path to success. Rejection will come. Criticism will come. Failure will come, but none of these things have power unless you surrender to them. Most people are not defeated by their circumstances. They are defeated by their own interpretation of those circumstances. What one man calls failure, another calls feedback. What one man calls rejection, another calls redirection. Your perspective determines your experience. Train your mind to see meaning in hardship, and you will find strength others cannot comprehend. You must guard your words. The words you speak are the evidence of the thoughts you hold. Speak in terms of possibility. Speak with the expectation of victory. Speak of what you are becoming, not what you have been. The man who constantly talks of failure, of lack, of impossibility, is unknowingly reinforcing the very barriers he claims to despise. But the man who speaks of growth, of perseverance, of triumph, even when the evidence has not yet arrived, he is paving the road ahead with conviction. Words are seeds. Choose them wisely. Remember that comparison is a thief. Measure your progress not against others, but against your own potential. Each man walks a different road. What takes one man a year may take another 10. But what matters is not the speed, it is the direction. Are you moving forward? Are you becoming stronger, wiser, more aligned with your purpose? That is success. The applause of others may be delayed. Recognition may not arrive when you expect it. But if you are faithful to your vision, time will reveal your worth. Greatness is always recognized, eventually, and do not forget the necessity of rest. Not idleness, not sloth, but deliberate renewal. The mind, like the body, must be recharged. The most powerful men are not those who never pause, but those who understand when to retreat, to reflect, and to refocus. In silence you find clarity, in stillness you renew your energy. The man who runs endlessly burns out, but the man who understands rhythm, work and rest, pursuit and reflection, will endure, and endurance, more than talent, more than intelligence, more than charm, is what wins in the end. You must also find joy in the struggle. Joy not in the sense of ease, but in the knowledge that you are growing. Every challenge you face is shaping you into the kind of person who can handle the success you seek. If success were handed to you before you were ready, it would destroy you. But when it comes to a man forged in discipline, in humility, in faith, it strengthens him. So rejoice not just in the destination, but in the journey. The path itself is part of the reward. Lastly, let every day be an expression of your purpose. Do not wait for the perfect opportunity to live with intention. Live with it now, in the way you speak, the way you think, the way you treat others, and the way you pursue your vision. There is no power in postponement. Begin where you are, with what you have, and who you are. The secret is not hidden. It is not locked away. It is present in the choices you make each day. Decide now to become the kind of person who attracts success, who commands respect, and who leaves behind a legacy not just of wealth, but of wisdom. The time will come when you will be tested, when everything in you will be asked to either rise or retreat. It may be through loss, betrayal, failure, or sheer exhaustion. But make no mistake, that moment is the proving ground of all that you have believed and built. Do not run from it, lean into it. For it is there, in the crucible of adversity, that your character is forged and your destiny is confirmed. The world does not reward ease. It rewards endurance. When you can stand in the face of trials and say, "Still, I move forward," you step into a rare class of men. The few who do not bend to circumstance, the few who shape their own lives with the fire of resolve. Let others live by default, you must live by design. Let others complain, you must create. Let others drift. You must decide. The power to change your life lies not in a new government, a new job, a new relationship, or a new wind of fortune. It lies within you. Your mind is the command center. Your will is the engine. And your purpose is the compass. Everything else is secondary. Never forget that the man who continues to believe, even when the results are hidden, is the man who wins, for belief sustained long enough becomes reality. It transforms action, fortifies patience, and silences the noise of the world. You are not waiting on success. Success is waiting on you, and it will meet you at the exact intersection of your preparation, your persistence, and your faith. There is no secret beyond this. Only the disciplined application of these truths will bring the life you are meant to live. And so, let it be known, the life you seek is not beyond your reach, but waiting patiently on the other side of your decision. Decide now to think with purpose, to act with faith, to persist with courage, and to serve with excellence. The principles are eternal, the power is within you, and the responsibility is yours alone. Begin today, not tomorrow, with what you have, where you are, and who you are, and the world will rise to meet the man who refuses to quit.